it's another start to a new video. This video got some oddball things going on right now. Grinded some feed this morning and didn't get a whole lot of footage of that because I was I woke up, I was tired, had a late night last night working on some other things. So I just really got right to it. But I think we got some stuff going on today that we're gonna try and film and do. We're gonna finish grinding this hog feed, and then we're gonna go from there. So this is very loud. Hopefully you can hear me, but our hog feed consists of shelled corn, oats, there's some wheat in there, and the screen for the grinder is so fine that it doesn't go through very fast. So we gotta wait for the tractor to catch up, grind all that up, fill it up, let it keep going. You can see it right up here. See how real fine it is? It's very, very hard to get through the screen, so the grinder has to work to get it through the screen. I want to keep an eye on the temperature. Normally it runs around 190. It's getting up to about 200. That's about the normal operating temperature for this tractor. It's got a bigger radiator in it and a bigger fan, so it should stay cool, but I always try to pay attention to that because I don't want the tractor to overheat. It would cost money and something would break, so I just want to keep an eye on that. So normally I run the tractor at like 1,000 RPM running the auger, a little less than that, sometimes filling bags up. This is what we got set up here. So we just got a big bin here where we keep all of the feed. We usually fill it up and then we'll walk it through the barn to feed the hogs and whatnot. So that's how that works for us, and it works really good. So normally what we do is like somebody's running the auger, somebody's in the bin in the chicken house with the bin, and somebody's on the tractor pulling the tractor up, unloading. Pretty simple and pretty straightforward, and it works really, really well. Okay, now that all that's done, I'm gonna unhook this grinder, and I'm gonna go tear into something else. I'm not sure what yet. I gotta figure that out. All right, guys, so I just bought a new piece of equipment, or I guess an implement, if you want to call it that. So some of you were asking about having a video on the cows, and so we're gonna do that. But first, I want to get this 3-point hitch disc hooked up to the tractor. I'm gonna go disc my food plot for the deer, and then I am going to take care of all that. Then we'll take care of the cows, and you'll get to see how we take care of our cattle here. Crap. Always want to check the oil, which it could use a little bit. We'll have to put some in it today. Wouldn't hurt. Sitting on the barn floor, it's pretty level in here. So, Pap didn't leave it in gear. Usually he has a bad habit of leaving stuff in gear. So this tractor has some lights. So there's a light right here and a light right here. Most of these older tractors don't have oil pressure gauges. They just have a little light. So when you give it a little bit of throttle, they go away. It senses it has oil pressure, and then that's all good. So we're gonna walk down here. I'm in a little bit cooler outfit today because it is kind of warm, even though it don't look like it because it is cloudy, but it is a little warm today. So I'm in shorts and sneakers. But, so, just real quick, we want to take care of that food plot first, but you see the cows pretty much reside in the barn, and they get it, you know, believe it or not, this was straw a few days ago, but they like to tear it up. You know, they got some hay in there. It looks like they got some to finish. So normally when we take care of our cows, so we come down and we take care of all the animals at once. So we got, you know, the barn's full of hogs, and then the cows come in here and they eat, you know, sleep, shit, whatever they want to do in here. And then there's a pen, if you can see, I'll zoom in right over there. There's a pen that we keep feed in for the calves. There's a calf that just walked out of the pen. You can see where he's standing right there. There's a door behind him, or like a little opening, I should say, not a door. There is a calf in there, you can see. So that we go in there, put feed in there, and let them go in there to fatten up a little bit. So like whenever we come to sell them in the fall, if we want to, they weigh decent enough. They have a decent enough weight to where we can get a good amount of money for them. Because we got to pay for stuff somehow. And then of course, we'll walk over here. You know, they have a very good living space here. We got 5 bathtubs out here that we fill up every evening for them to drink out of, especially when it's dry. When we got a wet year and the creeks are flowing, we don't really fill these up too often because they're constantly going to the creek to drink. But, you know, they come out here, they got all this pasture and then more pasture over there on the other end, which you see in the last video. That pasture continues on. So they got plenty of room, and they have a very healthy environment here. These cows are very well taken care of. And we do our best to take care of them. And these two fight over what water tubs to drink out of. So yeah, this is how it's set up for us, and it works really well. Been doing it for as long as I can remember. You know, I was born here, so that's a long time. But yeah, so we'll get into that here right after we get this food plot taken care of. Let's go do that. So this is the 3-point hitch disc I bought. It's not in the greatest of shape. Gave $450 for it. I don't know if that was too much or not, but for all the more I needed it for, it was good enough for me. So, but I found out that it works way better on this tractor than it does our loader tractor, and I had it on it the other night. So on the loader tractor, it's got two pieces to put 3-point hitch arms on it. So there's the inner piece and then the outer piece. I had it on the inner piece. This tractor fits on the outers really well, which is awesome. But that loader tractor could only go on these ones, so there's a bolt there. That's really about it. So we'll go chop this up, and then we'll go take care of the cows. All right, so I just got done putting fuel in this tractor. It was kind of low. I didn't want to go too overboard because I'm only by myself, but that pretty much filled it up. So I'm gonna drain this hose. So what I'll do is I'll just take my hands and like lift up on it and drain the hose so that there's not fuel laying in the hose, and then I put it back and it spills everywhere. It's coming along pretty good, getting it pretty well chopped up. Got a lot of rocks, I guess crap, sticks, stuff like that. It seems to be working pretty good for a older, kind of rusty 3-point hitch disc, but you know, I'm happy about that. Anyway, but yeah, so that's it's turning out really good. Okay, so now we're gonna go down to the barn, start watering the cows, take care of the cows, and then depending on if Pap comes out of the house or not, because it's a Sunday, we'll feed the hogs if he ain't down there yet. So we'll go do that now. Okay, so I'm gonna take the doggos with me to feed cows. This is Freya. This is my dog, Malibu. He is a healer Aussie mix, and then Freya is a healer lab mix. So they're both blue healer mix, but she's got lab in her, he's got Aussie in him. So they're a handful, right? So anyway, I give 4 5-gallon buckets to the 5 cows that are down here. Now I think there's like 2 heifers in here and there's 3 steers, something like that. There's a mixed match, but I have no idea what we're doing with them yet, but we're gonna go down there right now and do that. You can see them right there. There's 6 of them. 6 cows down here, and we give them 4 5-gallon buckets in their feeder right in here. Right. Got that. I already put the other 3 in there, but figured I'd film a little bit. So that's them. That they're already taken care of now. So now we're gonna move on to the calves in the barn. Now for all the cows, they all get fed the same thing, depending on what we have. Sometimes we'll grind up corn cobs as just a filler for the old cows, but this feed is, Pap puts a bunch of mixes in it, but it's mostly ear corn, oats, wheat, and a few bales of hay go in the grinder, and then he's got his other supplements that he puts in the feed. So I put 2 feed bags in for the calves, sometimes 3 depending on how much they eat. So we're gonna go do that. So now I put in, my light on my phone is coming on because it's dark in here, but I put a bag in there and a bag in here, and then sometimes with that 3rd bag we'll, you know, spread them out evenly between both feeders. But the calves can come in through here, and then they go in there, they feed, they do whatever they want to do. You know, we make it like this so that no cow can get in there and destroy that feed. The cows have their own feed over here. We have a feeder set up, put 2 bales of hay in it every 2-3 days, and then they eat that down. And then once they finish that, then we'll put more in. They always got to finish whatever we put in because we're not going to waste anything. All right, so we do have an assortment of pigs on the farm. We have some in here. They all have their own water in their pens. So each pig in every aisleway, there's 2 aisleways in the barn, and then we have pigs out here, and they all have their own water for to drink out of. And this one is about a gallon or 2 low, so we'll put a gallon or 2 in it, and then we'll move on to the next one. As you can tell, aisleways we're talking about. So we do have little piglets on the farm. You can see there's a few in there, and they are pretty much well behaved. They can be little turds at times. So, but you know, we try to keep all the hogs to have plenty of water. So there's a watering trough right there. You can see a little piglet drinking out of it, and then she has some water here. And then the little piglets have pellets down here, and they have water. Same within here. This hog has water. You know, we take care of them the best we can, keep their pens clean, but hogs are hogs. They make a mess. Whether you want to keep it clean or not, they always make a mess. Here's another mother pig. Let's say we take care of them. She keeps her pen fairly clean. She's supposed to be having piglets here at some point in time. You can see they like to rub up against the vents and wallow in their own shit. And then we got a bunch of little piglets over here that we took care of, castrated. I'm gonna have to clean that out. Yep, that's what's gonna have to happen. We'll put water in there for them. They have 2 watering buckets because there's enough in here that they drink that much. So these ones actually are going to be sold, some of them, and then some of them are going to be new breeder hogs. That's normally what we do. We'll raise them, sell some of them, keep some new hogs if we have some old mother hogs that we're getting ready to take to auction, that kind of stuff. Now I got that cleaned out. They're not drinking crap water, they're drinking semi-clean water. They're so bad at getting crap in their watering troughs and their feed troughs. They're just messy. Of course, all pigs are. So I'm gonna fill up all these tubs for the cows. They usually drink these down in a day. If you know cattle, you know that they can drink a lot of water in one day. Like, it's normal for a human to drink, you know, 86 ounces to a gallon of water a day. I think a gallon's like 120 fluid ounces, but a cow, my gosh, they can drink, you know, one of these tubs to themselves, I imagine, or at least half of it. So that's why we fill them up every day, because we got 30 some head of beef cattle up there. You can see them up on the hill. They're all hanging out. We'll walk up there and see what they're doing later, but got to keep them watered. Guys, so I'm going to conclude my video today about the cows and the hogs and most of our animals. So here they are. This is pretty much all the cows here. Usually they don't like it whenever we're around them. They get all skittish, but I don't know why, because we take care of them every day. And but that's a calf, so he gets a little spooked. But mostly our cows are Simmental Angus cross. 3/4 Simmental, 1/4 Angus. There's a cow in here with a little bit of shorthorn in her. We have a lot of red cows, black cows, a couple brown cows, you know. Our colors vary, but I like all colors of these cows. I really like black, but I really like red cattle. And they're very calm animals. Ours are anyway. They're not very aggressive. Even with their calves, when their calves are born, we're taking care of their calves. They're not very aggressive. They're not they're not threatening you. Most of them, you know, I can stick my hand out. She's a little skittish, but there's a couple cows in here I can walk up to and semi-pet. They're not too freaked out about walking up to them and associating with them. There's a few cows down there grazing. This is our silage feed wagon. So we'll fill this thing up with silage in the wintertime when we feed. Here's one of the cows that I can walk up to and basically pet. She's a nice cow. She's a really good mother. Pretty much all the cows here are good mothers. So you can see she's not too scared of me. Aren't you, baby? She's a good mother. They're good cows here. So we've got a red cow there. A tannish looking colored cow. Most of the time it's just the calves that get really freaked out whenever you're up close to them. But it seems like they're enjoying the evening. The evening really cooled down and they're up here on top of this hill. They kind of like, the wind blows down from the mountain, comes down this way. And so they catch that nice cool breeze and they stay cool. But anyway, guys, so that's really it. That's all I got for you. These are our animals. This is how, you know, it's how we feed and this and that. So I hope I explained it to the best of my abilities. And if you have any more questions, just like, comment, subscribe, comment those questions. More than happy to reply to them and explain a little bit further in detail. But like I said, guys, if you enjoyed the video, please like, comment, subscribe. It really helps out my channel. You guys have been awesome lately, really killing it with the likes, the comments, the subscriptions. Like, you guys are really driving the channel further and further, exposing it more to YouTube. So I really appreciate that. This video will air probably on Wednesday or Thursday. I'm gonna air it to where it publishes on one of those days, so then you guys can watch it on that day. So, all right, guys, you know what to do. I'll see you in the next video.